Hey, what's up guys? Happy Friday morning to you all. I hope you guys are having an awesome week and have enjoyed this week and hitting those goals that you are looking to hit for the week. Speaking about goals, today is a good day for me. I've hit one of my own little small goals that I wanted to achieve, and that is to post a video on my channel every day for the full week. And today is episode 5 of Car Sessions, the 2023 series, and I'm super excited for that. It is somewhat of a milestone for me because guys, to be honest with you, I have struggled with my goals in my past, but I've had some sort of a breakthrough to understand why I'm not reaching those goals. And and that is what we're going to be discussing in this episode today. Seeing that I have hit that goal, I wanted to chat about goal setting in this episode. I was thinking about our third point and possibly talking about our third point and the mindset of, you know, the same old mindset, and really getting out of that and needing to get out of that as a business owner. And but I thought, because I hit this goal today, because I hit the milestone, episode 5, did the weeks, posting every single day, definitely let's chat about that. Let's talk about that today. So on the last episode, I've finished off my second half of my story, and that was really just getting to the point where I was that I applied for that second job as a waiter at a local restaurant slash hotel here in Bloberg when I was still living with my folks. But if you guys can remember, on the first episode I chatted about when I got out of school and I had the opportunity to study. And this is where it comes in to understand, and what I've understood about the problem that I have with goal setting, that just like then, I still struggle with it now, is when I set a goal, I immediately, I think, you know, you obviously set a goal for possibly 6 months or a year, and immediately my mind goes into that it's too long, it's too far away, you're never gonna reach it, you're never gonna get there, it's too big. How do you think that you're gonna be able to do that? And that negative stuff starts to flow in. And I know that so many of us have the same problem. I know it, okay? And I know this because I follow a guy I knew from when I used to be in the surfing, in surfing when I was younger, and the surfing industry, and he's done a complete turnaround, and he's doing very well for himself. He's also involved in, you know, a lot of personal development and that sort of thing. And he even mentioned on one of his posts this week that I watched was that people, when they think of huge goals, they either do two things, okay? They either not do it, and then they irritate themselves because they're not doing it, and it just like consumes their thoughts, but they just never do it, okay? And they just like, it just becomes an issue for them. And I relate to that. And secondly, that they might start this huge goal of theirs, but you know, they're kind of half-ass it. You know, they're half-ass it, and they just, you know, they sort of do it, they sort of don't, and then when it doesn't work, they say, see, it doesn't work. And that was so true. I really resonated with that. That was so awesome what he said. And I know a lot of us do that, okay? And I did that with my studies when I got out of matric, got out of school. I saw the 4 years. Oh my gosh, 4 years. I'm gonna have to study for 4 years. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to go to college every single day. I'm gonna have to look at the books that I have to study and look at everything that I have to go through. And I just like got myself into you'll never be able to do it. You can't do it, okay? And the fact of the matter is I still have that issue. I still have that issue today. When I set goals for the business, sort of like 6 months or year goals, I find myself still going into that story, but what has been cool is how I've identified that problem, and I've identified that sort of negative mindset that flows in, and just like you're never going to do it. The fear starts to overwhelm me, and you'll never do it, you can't do it. And this week has been such a breakthrough for me, because I've been able to do that small little goal, and this is the next point I want to get to, is the smaller goals, okay, to reach your big goals, okay. The smaller goal of posting 1 video a week and reaching that 5 videos for the week story, okay. So what I did was I said to myself, with this series, I want to have a minimum of a month, okay. And what happened? I immediately started to stress. How are you going to be able to post a video every day for a month? No way. Mind starts going into that negative space. But what I did was you pull back and you start to do the small steps first. And this is the point I want to make today, and this is the very important thing, is that what you can do is, instead of looking, if this is something that you struggle with, not looking at the bigger picture. Okay, it is good to look at the bigger picture, but hear me when I'm saying that if the bigger goal and the end goal is sort of like causing you to not do anything, then rather scale back and look at the smaller increments that you can do to reach that big goal. And then you start to do the smaller steps, okay? And you accomplish the smaller steps, and then eventually you're going to get to that end bigger goal of yours. So that's the important thing. So for me, it was just finish off the week, get the week done, and even you can scale back one before that and say just get 1 video a day out, and then look at the second day, look at the third day, and that's how you grow to a place where you can achieve these bigger goals. So I've realized this, and it's really exciting, because I achieved the week. Now I know I can achieve the month because I achieved the week. But I'm not going to look at the month, I'm going to look at the next week. So all I want to do now is achieve the second week. That's all I want to do. So I'm not putting too much pressure on me. I want to do the month. I'm going to do the month, okay? But I'm not putting too much pressure on myself where I might start doubting and fearing, and I'm not going to do this, and all that sort of strange stuff that happens to us, okay? And happens to me, I admit it, okay? It happens to me. But I'll then just look for the next week. So let me get through the next week, okay? And let me finish off the next week. And then we finish off the next third week and the fourth week. And then I've reached the month that I want to do. Now, a little disclaimer for you guys. I might even go further than a month. We'll see. I'm just going to see how things pan out for me. My workload with Blueprint Promotions. Obviously, you guys know I'm a one-man band. I've only got 2 hands here, and I've only got enough where I'm capable of handling enough work. So I think if my orders that come into the business start to become so much that I can't fit in the YouTube videos, then I might say, okay, let's just stick to the month. But I would like to go more than a month. So just so you guys know, I would like to go more than a month. But again, I'm not gonna look at all of that. I'm not gonna look so big, because it could cause me to say, you're not gonna do it, and then you give up. And this is the thing, this is what happens with us. We look at these, we have these big ideas or these big goals, and we might even write them down and say we're gonna do it, And then it starts to flood into us that, you can't do it. The fear comes in, you can't do it, you won't be able to make it. Who's going to watch you? Who cares about your videos? All those sort of things start to flood in. And then you might start just to sort of satisfy the fact that you started, and then you sort of give up along the way. But if you use this method, guys, if you use this method of the small steps, you take one step at a time, one day at a time, 1 week at a time, and you kind of sort of, you know about that end goal, you know about that bigger story, but you don't focus on it. You focus on your smaller steps. You'll reach that bigger goal one day. So guys, that's what I wanted to chat to you guys about. I hope you get what I'm saying. It's always not so easy to just like spit out everything that's in here, especially that I don't have a script or anything. I'm just going commando here, freestyling as I go into work and keeping the conversation going. So guys, maybe for next week, think about that. Think about that idea of taking small steps to get to your bigger goals, and working on the small steps, not focusing too much on the bigger end picture, in a sense, if you can hear what I'm saying, but just get through the first smaller steps and sort of grow from there and reach those smaller goals. And then over time, that will help you to eventually reach and finish that bigger goal and bigger project that you got. So lekker guys, I hope you have an awesome Friday and an amazing weekend, and I will see you guys next week. Cheers.